Hi there. I am Aaron, and my hair's all messy. And welcome to the Cult of Cinema. Hopefully, you guys have been having a great day and have been having an amazing weekend. So it has been quite the day, and we're going to be talking about indicator tonight. So if you don't know what indicator is, I grabbed my indicator stuff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the sale that they have going on right now, and just to put it like simply, indicator stuff's amazing. Hey there, Jason. Welcome, man. First person to say hi here. And Indicator is one of my all-time, hey there, Chris, favorite companies. So hopefully you guys can let me know if you grabbed anything from the sale, if there's anything that you're picking up, um, and we'll be talking about that. Hey there, Griff, and I'll be going through the Indicator releases that I got here along the way, because the one thing I can say, and if you've never picked up an Indicator release, is it's something to experience. So if let's say for instance your favorite company I know is like Arrow or Scream Factory or Criterion. Um, Especially if you like Criterion and Arrow type that type of stuff. Indicator is going to give you like a feel of something big. When you get an Indicator box set, it's not just your regular box set. And a good friend of mine, I'm not sure if he's in here tonight, but Flip, he knows. He actually just recently got all five of the Hammer box sets, and they're pretty amazing. They're pretty cool things. So hopefully you guys are able to grab some of the Indicator stuff. The sale is still going on. Hey there, Daniel. Daniel here does Cobwebs, a gothic cinema horror podcast. Gothic podcast. Yeah, we'll go with that. And it is amazing. So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you check that out. It's consistently, it gets better and better every week. Um, I get some great podcasters in there. Daniel, Brian, definitely two of the greats. And there are other fantastic podcasters that come in here as well, by the way. So before, hey there, William. I go any further. Like anybody got anything from the sale? Anybody like I can dive right into it. I can just go right into the boxes and stuff like that. Only Indicator released Ned the Demons. That is an excellent release. So if you're gonna have one, that's a good one to go with. Ned the Demon, the year that it came out, is actually the was my release of the year for that year. So Call to Cinema. That's not just Call to Cinema approved, but the uh, the Night the Demon was my Call to Cinema year end pick for the year that it was released. So that's how good that these titles can get. It's like not just a Call to Cinema approved title, and every indicator that I got has been Call to Cinema approved, but Night the Demon was my pick for the year, not for the month, not for okay. It's just got the approved rating, but it was my pick for that year. So always something to think about there. So somebody said that they're looking into the indicator horror titles. So afterwards, two hammer sets before it was sold out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring your comments here first, but I'm going to bring up the indicator like sale in a little bit. We'll look through the titles together. Quite a few of them have sold out, and that's kind of something that we'll look into it here as well tonight. Still pain here in the jaw a lot, especially, and where this is an open wound, basically, I get a lot of like I can't drink cold drinks right now or anything like that. So I haven't watched Rest in Pieces yet. I did watch two tonight. I watched Deadly Games, and I watched Who Done It. And Deadly Games may be one of my new favorite films, and definitely one of my new favorite Christmas films, because that was not at all what I thought it was going to be. And holy crap, I truly enjoyed it. Hopefully you checked out for my Patreon for my Crimson Cult. I did two videos with my cousin Raj, who was in, who did we did like not short videos, like we did longer videos where it was a conversation type of thing. We talked about movies, TV shows, music, and it's one of the things that I was kind of glad to do on my channel. See my cat in the background there, and basically the whole idea. Hey there, Shadow. It was amazing, man. Um, was that I want to give that personal touch so that you get to know, you don't just get to know the films and stuff, but you get to know like me and my tastes and a bit of behind the scenes as well. So I hopefully you guys enjoyed that because I really enjoyed making it, and we did two movie reviews here on our regular channel here today. So let's start. We're looking for the indicator road games, like was mentioned on here by a certain prolific director. Hey there, Evan. Welcome. I'm getting there, but it's a slow process. So I got a feeling this is gonna be like a week or two before I get back to my regular self again. So the very first box set that Indicator ever put out was a Harryhausen box set, but it wasn't a Harryhausen collection one. Actually, it was this right here. Now you can buy these separately. I have so many paper towels. Uh, well, Daniel, tell Stephanie that we don't get to Costco anymore like we used to, and we're so we're not stocking up. But usually, what my better half does is like every once in a while, what we'll do is we'll order from Costco, and because it takes like so long, like for us to get to it, we still have a membership, and it's like 4 hours away in a drive. We'll like stock up on like paper towels, toilet paper, kitty litter, all this type of stuff. So yeah, we're Costco fans. Hey there, Sumo. So yeah, this was the very first one that they put out. It was the Sinbad collection. It's definitely a rock man, um, and I love this cover. I really do. I'm a huge fan of these. My better half actually, speaking of better halves, Daniel, my better half actually got me an indicator because she's a huge Sinbad fan, and there was a company. They're no longer around. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. Uh, there was a company, by the way, that was called well, they're no longer. It's Twilight Time, and they put out Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. Unfortunately, I don't have the new Blu-ray Hammer 20 set yet. I know that some people got it over in the U.S., but review copies take longer to get here in Canada. So fingers crossed I should get that soon. Indicates your new obsession. Did you get stuff during the sale? Because the sale's still going on. So she wanted to finally see Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. She couldn't remember if she'd seen it or not. She hadn't. And Twilight Times edition had sold out. And she said, well, shag them. I'm going to get the edition that came out from Indicator. It's a new company that was out at the time. And we looked on the inside, and we saw the artwork that these releases had, and we were blown away. It just blew our minds. And the 80-page book that was in there on kind of like talking about the Sinbad trilogy and the fourth Sinbad film that never got made. It was a blast. It was something that we were really glad to have. We loved the fact that they had numbers volume 2 and 3 of the Hammers collection. One of them are like getting close to selling out. Apparently, I heard. So that was the thing. And once we saw that Sinbad collection, and we saw like the all the features and the artwork and the limited editions and stuff like that. What's Indicator's best box set? I mean, it's really hard to say. It really depends on what you're into. Now, I spoke to Vanessa earlier, and she goes with she goes with uh, she goes with the Marilyn Dietrich box set, and I'll let you guys know which ones I picked up actually for this time around. That's her. That's her go-to. That's her favorite. Some people like if you love Hammer, then there's Hammer. If you're already Harryhausen fan, you're in your glory with Indicator. If you're a Hammer fan, again the same thing. If you like westerns, there's a great western box. Are you a Samuel Fuller fan? There's something there for you. You want stuff for Noir Vember? You're gonna get that. Indicator, it is insane. Like how well versed they are. You like horror? There's some really good horror with Indicator titles, and we're gonna look into like horror titles, into like different box sets that they put out. The early Fu Manchu movies, Dustin, are really really good. Uh, the other ones are fun. The last two are fun, but the early ones are really good. They're really well done, really well structured, in my opinion. Anyway, so I want to get these in order. All right, let's do this the right way. So after the Sinbad box that did so well and sold out and became kind of a big thing for them, there was another. The next box set was kind of a given, and that was the yes I do actually the Wonderful World of Ray Harryhausen, Volume One, 1955 to 1960. It has the It Came from Beneath the Sea, 20 Million Miles to Earth, and the Three Worlds of Gulliver. Hey there, Hadge. Hey there, Brian. And again, Three Worlds of Gulliver is not my favorite, so like that's like, I'm very interested in the noir box set, though I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it right away, unfortunately. I love this artwork. This is my favorite artwork from the whole thing. And it must have been their favorite too, because they made it like the art on the cover. That's the neat thing about Indicator is they do like wraparound artwork on their box sets. Um, yeah, I think you're gonna love the Jason. You're gonna love that Jason, the Fu Manchu box set. I really think you will. But again, of course, they put out another Harryhausen. My better half was like, Harryhausen is my favorite. Hey there, Stardust. Welcome. So immediately, right after that, they announced that there was going to be another Harryhausen box that came out. So, of course, had to grab that. And on that one, there are three more films and three other best films for Harryhausen. So we get Mysterious Island, we get First Man in the Moon, but the one of Harryhausen's best films of all time, Jason and the Argonauts. Actually, I do too. I actually love the like I like the big booklets here, but I like when each like movie got its own booklet as opposed to like doing a book altogether. And for anybody that no, Jason and the Argonauts is one of my favorite movies of all time. So, oh, the Indicator booklets, Daniel, they're just insanely great. I love the stuff that they do. And it's so cool. Like it's a little simple thing, the limited edition with the thing on there, and it seems so silly, but it's actually something that I really dig. And for those here that are here for the horror portion of it, yes, we're going to get to the horror Indicator stuff, so don't worry. I'm just going in order of like the stuff that came out. Now, one of the releases that was put out by them was a video nasty called Scum. Scum is not a movie that's for everyone. Just going to put that out there right away. There's going to be some trigger warnings with that film. And it's definitely kind of like a darker film. But it came out in a limited edition box set. I thought it was sold out, but apparently not. So that's selling on their website now for like £11.99, £11.99. Now, another title like that looks similar to Scum. So if you want to see what the release would be like, is they put out Night of the Demon. And this is what it looked like. So Scum would be in a release kind of like this, with a different cover, of course. Now, Night of the Demon is a favorite film of mine. It deserved the treatment that it got, and it got the 5-star treatment. Night of the Demon really, really like. Here are the features on Night of the Demon. Obviously, I'm not going to read all those out, but look at that. It's insane. And not just like one or two things. There's like appreciations and video essays and like rare interviews and like 4 cuts of the film and just so much different stuff. And of course, they have their big Indicator booklet right there. And for this one, because it was one of those limited edition ones, what's that? That's not bad. It's they put in a poster, and I really dig the poster, so I will show you guys. So some of their limited edition releases have posters. So this is the poster for Night of the Demons, which I eventually do plan on getting framed. Not even joking. It's just that good of a release. If you ever find a way, like this is sold out. You can get the regular edition with all the features and stuff like that. If you ever find a way to get this edition, that's not gonna like break the bank on you, and you can afford it. Definitely something worth looking into. Then Then along came Hammer, and Hammer became a huge, huge thing for Indicator. Initially, they thought there was going to be three like volumes, maybe four if they were lucky, and that obviously went up to five. So there are 5 volumes of Hammer that were put out by Indicator. I have the first 4 of those volumes. So the first one actually kind of sold out pretty quickly. You have good taste there, Brian, because Jason Hourglass is amazing. Is this one right here? So this was the start of going a little bit differently. So this is the Fear Warning set. That's got Maniac, the Gorgon, the Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, and Fanatic. So it breaks it up into like a couple monster films and a couple like psychological thriller films. I actually love this artwork. I love the way that's done on the side like that. You get the numbering, and like was mentioned earlier by somebody, once you get to these, every single one of these releases gets its very own booklet. And usually the booklets run between 36 to 44 pages, usually somewhere around there, with some really great writings in here. You can pick up one of these and you'll see stuff like this one here. It's got writing by Kim Newman in here. Like you'll find stuff from Kim Newman, sometimes from Kat Ellinger, Sam Deegan, that type of stuff. Well, yeah, not really missed out on. It's only this is the most recent volume, so I haven't been able to afford it yet, but I'll eventually get it. The Gorgon is definitely an underrated monster release for Hershey and Lewis has now $50 on pre-order. Definitely one worth picking up. It's got they've like pared down the release to make it like a box set size, but again, still a really great release, and especially if you like Hershey and Lewis stuff. I love this cover here. Like the Mummy's definitely not this big in the movie, but just look at that cover. It's just like cool exploitation style cover. And like as always, every single one of these has its very own booklet in here, and they're all pretty thick. Of course, there's Stephanie Beacham in The Fanatic. Oh, all of those are limited edition. I just can't grab everything right away. And that's the thing. Most of their stuff that they do is going to be like a super limited edition. But here's the thing: for the regular releases, they put in like reversible artwork. There's a booklet usually in those. So when those go to print, what they do then, unless they lost the rights to something, is they will wait a little bit and then they'll put out a standard release. So the standard release, you should know, won't have any reversible artwork and it won't have the booklet, but all the features that were included on the regular release will be included on the standard release as well. Though the booklets are amazing and they're well done, and the write-ups in them are incredible. So if you have the option to get a limited edition release, it's not going to be a different price until they sell out. So not everything is region free, Rich, but a lot of the releases are region free. I ordered the Mad Magician from Indicator. That's one of the ones that I ordered during the sale. It is a 3D release with Vincent Price, of course, and it has two 3D Three Stooges shorts on it as well, and it's like 3D and 2D, and that release is actually region free. Indicator is no, I don't. They put out Town on Trial, but they have not put out the Town that Dreaded Sundown. That would have been a different company. And they went in some like different and risky places with their Hammer box sets, because you think they'd just go for the monster ones. They just put like they could have spaced out, like put the Curse of Mummy's Tomb, put something else on, like put the Gorgon on second set or something like that. But no, in their next set it was called Criminal Intent, and it's got the Snorkel, Never Take Candy from a Stranger, Never Take Sweets from a Stranger, the Full Treatment, and Cash on Demand. Now none of these are your typical like Hammer monster like films. They're none of the gothic style films, but you know what? They're some of Hammer's best films. Cash on Demand is an amazing film. Never Take Sweets from a Stranger is an incredibly well done, disturbing little film. This is an incredible box set, and it doesn't have the follow-in to any of the Hammer tropes that you're used to. It doesn't have to say, okay, look, this is going to be Hammer's monster stuff. It doesn't say, okay, this is going to be Hammer's gothic stuff. They felt strongly enough that these titles could stand on their own, and they're right. This tend to be a lot of people's favorite box set that Hammer put out. And this here, like, see, if you saw this cover on its own, you might like that's kind of cheesy, but the movie's actually really good. It's actually a solid film. And as always, there are incredible booklets on the inside of every single one of these films. So you got a 36-page booklet. You got 4 movie release. You're looking at getting like 140 pages or more of reading through all those releases. But my Fu Manchu set is on its way. That's one that I think was in like Halifax or something like that. Last place that I checked. Hopefully it'll come sometime next week. I'll unbox it for you guys when it does. So speaking of Fu Manchu, the third one they released was probably kind of like a primer for the whole Fu Manchu set, and it was their Blood and Terror quadrilogy set. And this is Hammer Volume 3. This is Christopher Lee right there. Four films on this one are Camp on Blood Island, Yesterday's Enemies, The Stranglers of Bombay, and The Terror of the Tongs. Now, The Stranglers of Bombay and The Terror of the Tongs are more the adventure titles, and Camp on Blood Island and Yesterday's Enemy are adventure titles, but more like with a war setting. And actually, they're 4 excellent films that I can strongly recommend. And the strongest out of all of the Hammer box sets, in my opinion, and I do love all of them, so far for me has been Volume 4. I don't have Volume 5 yet, but this was incredible. If you don't have this one, guys, this is a really, really good release. Do not let this one sell out on you. You got Revenge of Frankenstein, which is a really great Frankenstein film, Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, The Taste of Fear, and The Damned. And what's really cool about The Damned is that it's one of the first indicator releases that I've come across that actually is, there's so much on it that it is a 2 Blu-ray release of the film. I'll read right there, of course. Otherwise known as, These Are the Damned. There are a ton of features on here. Obviously, it took 2 Blu-rays to make this one here, so you're gonna get a ton of features on here. You're gonna get audio commentaries, like 2 cuts of the. I think like 2 or at least 2 cuts of the film on here, 2K restoration, interviews, featurettes, appreciations, isolated music and set effects. Just an incredible release that I cannot recommend enough. So if you have not seen that, then I would definitely 110% recommend that you check it out. Next up is the William Castle box set Volume 1. Now this sold out during the sale. So if you're lucky enough to get this one during the sale, congratulations, because hands down one of the best things that Indicator ever put out is this box set right here. It is 4 titles that are all extremely solid. Daniel knows a bit about these because we actually did 13 Ghosts on his Cobwebs podcast, and both versions of it. And what's really good is if you don't know William Castle a lot, or if you're kind of like unfamiliar with a lot of his films, there is a documentary on here, a feature-length documentary on William Castle, and it is incredible. It's an amazing documentary. And this one here, and I'm going to show them off for this one. We get The Tingler, which is a great Vincent Price film. 13 Ghosts, which is a really cool little film, very much darker than you expect. Homicidal, which has turned out to be a lot of people's favorites, and that has been like pleasantly surprising to me. And of course, the classic Mr. Sardonicus with the punishment pole. And of course, the feature-length documentary on the work and life of William Castle. So if you have never checked that out, I recommend that you do. This is from 13 Ghosts. There you go. It is an amazing. By the way, just because for those who are wondering, yes, it definitely passes the knock test. These are solid box sets. They are not thin or flimsy or anything like that, and they stand the test of time. Well, year was 13 Ghosts from. My God. Let's see. Early, I mean like 60, I think. Yeah, 1960. You hear a kitty cat meowing in the background? It's catnip. They've been on the catnip again. So they didn't leave it with just one box set. They went with the second William Castle box set, and much like the Hammer one, they went in a very different direction. So you got to see some really cool stuff here. This is the second one, but there's more like some more comedic stuff, some different stuff. So you got Zots, 13 Frightened Girls, The Old Dark House, which is another comedy, and Straight Jacket, which is probably the straightforward like horror film, the only horror film in this release. But it's a really good one. This is one that has like Joan Crawford in it, Leif Erikson, Howard St. John. Just a really, really cool release that I recommend you check out. So let's, and because I do love this film, there's the booklet cover from Straight Jacket. I picked both of these William Castle box sets up at Bay Street Video in Toronto, so if you live in the Toronto area, I definitely recommend you check out Bay Street Video. They're really, really good company. So, a couple more. And then we'll talk about sale and lots of other stuff. So, because you guys have been quiet, and that kind of makes me nervous. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. Because I was unsure about this video tonight, but I'm kind of glad I made it. Sometimes you guys get like eerily quiet for me. So this is a Samuel Fuller box set. Now, there are a lot of films on this set. 7 to be precise. You get It Happened in Hollywood, Adventures in Sahara, Power of the Presses, Shack Proof, Scandal Sheet, The Crimson Kimono, excellent title by the way, and Underworld USA. Again, another fantastic film. So some of these are put on like, and I love the artwork for this here, you know. And again, you get like the booklet talking about the films, and pretty thick booklets actually too. These are all 40-page booklets, like I think pretty much. There's Shockproof and Scandal Sheet. There's a very film noir look to you for The Crimson Kimono, which is a big deal back in the day actually. Really good film too. Of course, the classic Underworld USA. So there you go. That's for your film noir, your Noir-vember. But don't worry, they actually have a noir box set that's actually coming out. It's out now, actually, I think. And last but not least, the big like indicator box sets that I got is the Western one, the 5 Tall Tales, the Bud Boddicker and Randolph Scott set. I wanted the Bloody Chair one so bad, Eric. I'll explain why you couldn't get it in a second now. But it is so nice. It's so nice. It's only Bob Ross. Just some happy little trees. And this one here has 5 films on it as well. We got The Tall T, Decision at Sundown, Buchanan Rides Alone, Ride Lonesome, and Comanche Station, which is really, really good, really well done stuff. So some of these here are like reversible artwork. We're going to change the art. Buchanan Rides Alone, Station, and this one here did have like rather than go for the 3, it actually has a big book on the inside to kind of really talk about like the work that Bud Boddicker and Randall Scott did together. And by the way, it's amazing. If you like westerns at all, you should check this out. And how are their single releases? Well, I've only got a couple of them. That's going to change, but they are actually pretty awesome. Hey there, Italian Dan. Thank you. I know, hopefully you get some nice indicator stuff, by the way. Oh, thanks. I mean, like I haven't got any like back some like hit with I God, I'd be screwed right now if I got hit with taxes from there. And we were driving home tonight, and we stopped at the mall to go to grab something. My better had to get something inside, and this guy came along and knocked on the car window, and he's like, "I don't know if you realize this, but you're leaking antifreeze." So both me and my cousin Raj, we got out of the car, looked out, and like, sure enough, we were like leaking antifreeze a lot. And so my better half came out. We went to Canadian Tire. We grabbed some antifreeze, and for the trip home to make sure if you overheated, we don't want to make sure we were stuck anywhere. So yeah, when it rains, it pours, there, guys. So happy birthday to me. This is one of their horror titles, one of the original ones. This is when they did the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. As you can see right here, it is a region-free release. There are a bunch of features on here as well, so this is not a featureless release. You get the uh, both the 5.1 surround sound alternate track that a lot of people didn't like, and score, but you also get the original mono audio there as well. Exactly, better to know now. So, right, that's the best way to think about it. You also get a commentary with the Hysteria Continues team. There is original TV and trailer spots here, and then improved English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, which I really appreciate. But I would like them to. I would like a more UK releases to get like subtitles that are English and French as well, or English, French, and Spanish. Uh, as somebody that's eventually going to teach in film, and teaching film in places where people don't know, aren't able to speak English or not able to speak it well. I like to be able to put films in other languages, or at least have subtitles for them so that they can actually watch the films. Just when they have early releases, they were Blu-ray DVD combo packs, by the way. So you get a region-free Region Zero DVD and a region-free Blu-ray disc. Great little film, great addition to this one. I remember seeing like that artwork that Sony beat a Bidell before you realize well, it's still good, right? You still got a good. You can still grab the body double from indicator. I think my body double edition is from Umbrella Entertainment. To be honest with you, which was a really good edition as well, by the way. And of course, Torture Garden. If you haven't seen this, I recommend this one. This is a really good release, and I think it's still in print. I'm not sure. It's a great one of the great Amicus anthologies. One of a favorite of mine: Jack Palance, Burgess Meredith, Beverly Adams, Peter Cushing, directed by Freddie Francis. Maurice Denham is in this, written by Robert Bloch. Some really great features on here, including a 93-minute theatrical cut and a 100-minute TV cut of the film. You can see it now there on the just Blu-ray. And there's the booklet right there. And in a second, I'm going to open up there's the alternate artwork, which I think is pretty awesome. So in a second, I'm going to open up their sale. So if I can't see all your comments as we go through the sale titles, I do apologize, but I'm going to try and look here and look on there at the same time. It's a pretty, actually it's an awesome sale. I'm not going to lie to you. Night Tide. I love Night Tide. Don't have it yet, unfortunately, but I love the film. Deborah Shelton, man. Anything Deborah Shelton's in. All right, so let's go to Parius Indicator. Let's look at their sales. Some of them have sold out. Actually, I haven't got the Amazon link on the review videos yet. Um, just to let you know, unfortunately, I did two more recent reviews with my cousin, which I would like kindly ask you guys to please check out. I do. I'm proud of the reviews uh, that I do, and I like doing them. And to be able to do them with my cousin was really good. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, if there's something that you're thinking about becoming, uh, I have two brand new 40-minute videos up with my cousin, talking in depth, um, and that is something to that I'm proud of it doing, and I'm proud because it gives a more personal aspect to my channel and gives something different, and hopefully you guys like that because I like it. So, and I like making videos, not just to talk about films, not randomly talk about a company or a genre or just to dissect like a certain film or do a review, but sometimes it's to get more personal and to get my. Oh, did you watch them both? Did you like them? Um, and to just like speak with my family, whether it be my dad or my kids or my cousin or my better half, and to really make it almost like a big more family experience to get like different eyes, different views on films. I got my better half, of course, who got came was originally from Morocco. She has like very different like tastes on films and stuff. So it's really interesting to play off each other and to talk like that. To talk with my cousin who I grew up with. We grew up like brothers, and to be able to like really like converse and about like things that like and just kind of bring back memories. So that was really really fun. All right, so here's stuff. So the way that it goes is that you got a few box sets here. They got a lot of like single releases. If it's a 9.99 one, it's a limited edition. If it's 7.99, it's their standard edition. I mean, the booklet's not there, but the movie and all the features are there. So definitely recommend check that out. So first off is the standard edition of 10 Rillington Place with Richard Attenborough. An excellent film, Judy Geese and John Hurt, of course. If you've never seen 10 Rillington Place, it's really chilling. It's basically a true crime. This is something that really happened, and it's intense. And Richard Attenborough like really does a great job in this role. It's one that I definitely had to pick up down the road. Hey there, Dagger. Welcome, man. And I would 100% recommend it. I know it's not the limited edition; it's a regular edition. But even the regular edition, like usually has some pretty good stuff on here. So, for instance, like the regular edition of this one here, you get like an audio commentary with Judy Geeson and Len Dobbs and the late Nick Redman. You get a second audio commentary with John Hurt on there. Introduction by Sir Richard Attenborough, a 20-minute interview with Sir Richard Attenborough. Interview with Judy Gleason, like Judy Geeson. So like a lot of stuff on that release. Next up is Nani in the Shade, uh, which is one of their limited edition releases, followed up by Dandy and Aspic. If there's one that like kind of like stands out to you, like please like mention it, recommend it. If you got the release, let people know. Captain Kronos. Captain Kronos is an amazing film. I love that. A Day in the Death of Joe Egg with Alan Bates. I like anything Alan Bates actually. A Severed Head, which is a very different release. Lee Remick, Richard Attenborough, Ian Holm, Claire Bloom. Definitely want to check out. Uh, Absolution, which is a great film with Richard Burton. They have the limited edition of that one. Unfortunately, the one of the ones that I wanted to get was Age of Consent. I have like a DVD edition of it here, but I never managed to get the Blu-ray, and I kept trying to get it, and I never had the money for it. And like during the sale, like my better half said, "Well, we'll scrape together the money for to get a couple things." I'll explain what happened. Um, and Age of Consent was the first thing I was about to put in my cart, and it was sold out. It sold out like really quickly. Next up, I like for like the releases and limited editions is a Howard Koch film with Robert Duvall and Verna Bloom, and of course the great Henry Darrow. That is Badge 373, which is another one that I want. Followed up by Bellman and True, another limited edition one. And again, like all limited edition releases are $9.99. If there's anything that's not limited edition, I will let you know. And if there's anything that's a box set, I will definitely like highlight that. Now the next is, if you want to talk about horror stuff, is Joan Crawford in Berserk, and I'm actually a big fan of the movie Berserk. So that's one that I really like thought about getting. I didn't get it this time. It was actually on the short list. Was it between this and another film, and we'll get to that. So BFI interview with Joan Crawford. I'm not quite sure how long that is. They're usually BFI interviews are usually like 80, 90 minutes long. Audio commentary with Lee Gambon. There's like featurettes on like Pamela Hutchinson and Joan Crawford, Jonathan Rigby on Berserk. There's a ton of features. Apparently there was a Beyond Belief, like was I guess was a UK kind of like VHS like label, and or maybe it was a TV series. I'm not quite sure. Or anyway, so Tom Baker like did the video introductions for the Beyond Belief series. So there's Beyond Belief, and he did like Berserk. So there's an introduction with Tom Baker, like talking about Berserk from Beyond Belief VHS introduction, and there was outtakes from that taping as well. Needless to say, as a Doctor Who fan, I really wanted that. Unfortunately, I could not afford it. We actually got one CD here, and that is Birdie, which again, of course, is to type with order DVD company. Actually, that's a good idea. Which is, of course, Peter Gabriel's soundtrack to the Alan Parker classic film Birdie, which is amazing. And yes, you can also buy, which is $8.99, which is a great which is a great price for a CD soundtrack. Thank you, Italian. Like, You ever heard this remake of like April Fool's Day? Oh yeah, we'll talk about it one of these days because I'm gonna do some like I started early on, and but I'm gonna be going back to like the original remake. I'm gonna be doing some videos on those. The movie Birdie is here by the way as well. And next up is the limited edition of Black Joy, which is a really good like concert type of film. And then there's one that I desperately. Oh no, not nearly as good. That's one of the reasons why I like that's gonna be interesting to talk about. That I really, 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 really want, but unfortunately I couldn't get it. And I will tell you why right now. I picked up the Marlene Dietrich Joseph Sternberg box set. My better half's a huge fan of classic cinema and is a huge class fan of Marlene Dietrich. As much as I wanted to get the Bloody Tear box set and have all the features, because I'm a huge fan, insane fan of Norman J. Warren stuff, I wanted to grab something for her, something that I knew that she would really enjoy and we could watch together. I hope the hell that this Norman J. Warren box set doesn't sell out because I insanely want this set. And it's one of my most wanted things. You want to know something's on my wish list, guys? Christmas coming up. You want to know something on my wish list is a Bloody Tear Shocking Cinema of Norman J. Warren box set. Um, 1976 to 1987. So for those who don't know, Norman J. Warren is a kind of a revolutionary like English filmmaker that, along with him and Pete Walker, were pushing the boundaries and going away from Gothic cinema and going into like more darker, more modernistic cinema of the time. When Hammer and all, it was popular, they were kind of pushing forward in a new direction, bringing horror in a different way. There are 5 films on here. There's Satan's Slave, Prey, Terror, Inseminate, and Bloody New Year. I think Bloody New Year is his most fun film. I think Prey is his best constructed film that he's ever put out. But as for features, when I say I would cure for this box set, I'm not joking. So let's dive into the features now, because I want you to know what's on here. With a 2K restoration of Satan's Slaves, you're going to get versions of the film, the original mono audio, 2 audio commentaries, a 29-minute interview with Warren talking about the film, vintage making of documentary, a rare and previously unseen footage shot on location, an archival documentary, Creating Satan, devilish music, archival interview with the composer John Scott, 2 deleted scenes with commentary by Warren, censoring Satan's Slave, a 16-minute video demonstration of the film cuts imposed by the British Film Board, the original U certificate and original R-rated theatrical trailers, image gallery. Prey gets into like a 60-minute interview with Norman J. Warren. That's part one of the interview. Later on, there's the bridge, which is rare footage from Warren's ambitious early project. Runs 57 minutes long. It's the same release, but I think some of the features are different. There's a lot more features on this as opposed to what's on the Vinegar. I love Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and I got a lot of the Vinegar Syndrome releases, but there are a lot more features on here, and that's just like they had the stuff like like the BHI stuff and like so that's definitely the BHP stuff. It's definitely something that's gonna be easier to get in the UK because it is UK one. There's what's really neat. There's bloody good fun 41-minute archival documentary on making terror. Uh, there's this what I really want. Norman J. Warren presents Horror Show, an anthology film of 5 horror tales hosted by Warren. Desperately want that. Desperately want that. There's a on Semni they put the second 67-minute release, 67-minute archival video interview. Norman J. Warren at the Manchester Festival of Fantastic Films. Subterranean like Universe, 45-minute archival making of, Alien Encounters, Electric Approach. You get Norman's Wisdom, The Art of Blood, Fights, Camera, Action, working with with Warren. And of course, books and is it books or a booklet on this release? I think a booklet. And again, I'd kill for this release. But unfortunately, it wasn't something I could get at this time. Blue Collar, the excellent Paul Schrader film with Richard Pryor, Harvey Keitel, and Yaphet Kotto. I do recommend that one. It's a great release. That is the standard edition, so that was only going to cost you $7.99. Body Double, again, the standard release, $7.99. Great film. Born of Fire sold out. Bunny Lake is Missing. I really like that one. It's a standard release, again, $7.99. Castle Keep with Burt Lancaster is sold out as well. So some of these sell out too, by the way, guys. Uh, Charlie Varick, the limited, this regular edition is here. Charlie Bubbles, the limited edition is here. Christine, the standard edition of that is here. Flip, thank you so much, man. Welcome. Making pizza. Nice. We're going through the indicator stuff. Hey there, Scotter. Endless Night, which is a great little like Agatha Christie story with Haley Mills that I recommend to you guys. Experiment in Terror. This is a regular edition, but again, it's a really good movie with Glenn Ford, who my dad was named after, and Lee Remick. Eyes of the Lower Mars. I missed out on the limited edition. That one. This is a regular edition. Definitely check that out. Hey there, Rourke Waffles. Fat City is another really great release. And like some of the box sets that sold out now, they got like the films, some of the films coming out on their own. So like First Man in the Moon, if you want to get that one, this got a standard edition release of that here. Footsteps in the Fog with Stuart Granger and Gene Simmons. Fragments of Fear, Gardens of Stone, Gumshoe, and Happy Birthday to Me. The regular edition is here, so you can check that out. Hardcore, really, really good film. Not an easy watch, but a great, great film. The one that I did manage to pick up and that took the place of Age of Consent for me was Hussey, which is Helen Mirren and John Shea, of course, who played Lex Luthor in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. But I'm a huge Helen Mirren fan, and I am like, I could not pass up that. It's got a great cover on it too. Let me see if I can bring it up. If I can show you on this little phone here. No, I'm not going to show you. Well, yeah, I can say that well. I do apologize. Ah, trying so hard to show you guys. But no, it's a great looking cover. And there's some decent features on it as well. There's a 36-minute like selected scene commentary with the director, 35-minute interview with like John Shea, recalls his first film role and working with co-star Mirren. There's an interview with Jenny Runekar. More Than Meets the Eye, Dan Boyd reflects on Genesis and creation of Hussey. Um, there's Music Fabric, the composer of Hussey is on there. And there's 32-page booklet as well. Like, it's not one of their most stacked releases, but I just really wanted that film. Immaculate Conception limited editions on here. They're black tote bag. They got this indicator black tote bag. And they had it on for $1, and it sold out, and I forgot to get it. There is a John Ford at Columbia box set, which is again an incredible set. It has The Whole Town's Talking, a really good one with The Long Gray Line, Gideon's Day, The Last Hurrah. I think The Whole Town's Talking. I don't want to say unless I'm right. I thought it was Edward G. Robinson, but I could be wrong. I think it is. I think it's Edward G. Robinson. Now, Lilith with Warren Beatty and Gene Seberg. That one sold out as well. Little Murders is actually a really good release, underrated, with Elliot Gould. That one is there. Marlene Dietrich and Joseph von Sternberg in Paramount 1930 to 1935 has 6 films on it. You get Morocco, obviously one reason for my better half to pick it up on your short list. It's one to pick up, I think. Dishonored, Shanghai Express, Blonde Venus, The Scarlet Empress, and The Devil is a Woman. Feature-wise on here, there is a lot of stuff. You're gonna get like everything from Lux Theater adaptations of like some of these here. You're gonna get like interviews. You're gonna get a Joseph von Sternberg 78-minute feature-length television documentary on him. There is a there's different like things here on, again, like an audio interview with on Sternberg, from his biographer. I'm trying to see if they got anything really here on Marlene Dietrich. They got like a couple smaller things. What only thing that may have like slightly disappointed me in this one here is I'm looking through it and I'm not seeing like a feature length like a documentary on Marlene Dietrich, and I would have loved to have seen that on here. It's such a shame. It's a missed opportunity. Mickey One, Blu-ray regular edition is on here. Missing sold out. So another great film with Jack Lemmon and Sissy Spacek. Modern Romance is here. A Mysterious Island, if you want to grab that one, it's a Ray Harryhausen film. It's on there. The regular standard edition of Night of the Demons on here. That one's $11.99. That's different from the other ones because it's a little bit of a regular, more pricier one. No Orchards for Miss Blandish, Olena, Orphans, Otley, Psych 59, RPM, Resurrected. The Samuel Fuller box set, the one that I showed you guys, is on sale here. And that has 7 movies. It has a lot of really great stuff on it. Scum is on here for $11.99. I really wanted to get that one because I'm collecting like the whole video nasties, a whole bunch. I unfortunately can't order a whole bunch, and it's got even worse now, Keurig, because our car is leaking antifreeze. I'll get to that actually, Scotter. Secret Ceremonies here, Secret Friends. There are both limited editions. Ship of Fools, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. By the way, which gets an amazing cover. I gotta say, they did give it one banner hell of a cover there. Take a Girl Like You, The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, Seven Voyages of Sinbad. You want to grab that one? That one's there, guys. The Border, which is a great Jack Nicholson film. The Collector, an amazing film with Terrence Stamp. The Effects of the Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds is there. I'm going to get through all these guys, don't worry. The Fortune, The Front, Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Excellent film. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome, man. The Last Movie, the regular edition, that one's here. The Lonely Passion of Judith Heron. The Mad Magician, limited edition. Now, there is a cool one because this has some really cool features. So you get it in 2D and 3D presentation of the film. Audio commentary with Kevin Lyons and Jonathan Rigby. There is a three-dimensional magic, 15-minute appreciation of the Mad Magician and the 3D filmmaking boom of the 50s. There is two Super 8 versions, a 16-minute sound version and a 7-minute cut version of the of it, and the two cut down home video versions are in anographic 3D. So if you got like those glasses, you're going to be able to see an anographic 3D. There are two short films starring the Three Stooges, Spooks, and Pardon My Backfire, and both those are presented in 2D and 3D. Original theatrical trailer, and of course new and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, compatible in both 3D and 2D. So if you are hard of hearing, for instance, and you want to watch these movies, these 3D films, you do not have to feel that you're going to miss out. You can watch it in 3D, and the subtitles will be done to be compatible for 3D as well, along with a 40-page booklet with a new essay with Kat Ellinger on there. So definitely something to pick up. The Missionaries on here, the National Health, the New Centurions regular editions on here, the Odessa File sold out, like limited edition. They had a really big edition of that one that sold out. The Passengers here, the Pillow Book, Pumpkin Eater, or The Reckoning, the Snake Pit, great Olivia de Havilland film, by the way. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the Stone Killer, the Strange One, the System, the Third Secret. I'm not going to go through all one by one. Like the Virgin the Virgin Soldiers, the Third Triple Echo, Marlon Brando's The Wild One, a great release. That one's on here. The One for World of Ray Harryhausen Volume 1. If you haven't picked that up yet, that is one of the original releases. I'm surprised that it's still available. It's definitely one to grab. They Made Me a Fugitive, Time Without Pity, To Serve with Love, one of the first movies ever make me cry, by the way. Torture Garden, I showed it to you here. You can grab that one. Town on Trial, which is kind of like a pseudo early kind of like Giallo-esque film, which I do need. Track 29, Vampires, Elliot Gould and Trevor Howard and Who. The Great Ends was mentioned, Wim Castle Volume 1, which has sold out. Wim Castle Volume 2 is also there on sale. Winter Kills and Young Winston. Now, did I get anything from the sale? Yeah, I actually did manage to get a couple small things. And what I picked up, let's see if I can bring it up here. Was Hussey with Helen Mirren. I picked up The Mad Magician with Vincent Price because everybody's got to have some great Vincent Price in 3D too. And for my better half, I got her the Marlene Dietrich and Joseph von Sternberg at Paramount 1930 to 1935 box set. Still, Yeah, anything an indicator is definitely worth picking up. They do some amazing stuff. My most wanted thing for my collection right now is probably the Norman J. Warren box set from Indicator. That's that one and Berserk are the two ones that I want right now. So there you go. If you're thinking of me during Christmas time, those releases are out there. All right, now there we go. We've talked about the entire Indicator sale. Went through the entire thing. And of course, there was a Criterion sale, which I would do another video on. So I'm not going to talk a lot about the Criterion sale tonight. That's something that will get its very own video in the near future. And I will like be able to talk about like certain Criterion releases there. And I think Criterion's a big enough company that deserves its own stuff. Oh, the norm. Oh, that's when you're going to want Jason. It's got Prey. It's got Satan Slays. It's got Inseminide. It's got like Bloody New Year, and it's got Terror. Like 5 films. There's like a kind of like an anthology, short anthology film that he did that's on there as well. Like interviews with Norman J. Warren, documentary stuff, extra like interviews, like appreciations with on different films that he did, behind the scenes, archival like documentaries and makings of. There's a ton of stuff on that set, and I definitely recommend it. But don't buy them all because one of these days I want to have a copy. But it is a great, great release. Now, all the releases started out like this, but some of them, like the Fu Manchu and the Norman J. Warren box set, and I think the Marlene Dietrich one as well, use like thin cases, like they use like kind of cardboard thin cases, as opposed to these this here. Gotta stop putting my tongue near my open wound. It's making it bleed and put me in a lot of pain. It's it's not so much my tooth right now, but it's my jaw that's hurting, and like my tooth right there is still an open wound, it's still healing. I'm doing saltwater rinses like 3 or 4 times a day right now. Every time after I eat or drink, Damien, I've got to do saltwater rinses, and sometimes it can be a bit of a sting and a bit of, but it's getting rid of the like healing the wound, making sure that my teeth stay clean when I can't brush. Um, so that's an important thing to do. There's a large healing factor to this. Um, it's been killer. I mean, like, and it seemed like it's been one thing after another. It's like I got home, I went on vacation, and when I went on vacation, my tooth like got bad. Which really unfortunately I didn't get to enjoy. I was lucky enough. I got to be with family. That was fantastic. But I got to like get distracted with certain things, and there were people that I couldn't go and see. Like I wanted to go see my nan, and my nan hasn't been doing the best recently, unfortunately. Love her with all my heart. I was raised by my grandparents. Um, and my grandfather's passed on. It's been passed on for a few years now. An amazing person, and was a carpenter. And my nan is like incredible woman. And people get older, and yeah, so that's something. But if she ever sees this, I want to say, Nan, love you. Uh, my mom, my dad, love you guys. Dina, my sisters, love you all. My nieces. Anyway, there you go. Getting soft for a second. I do apologize. But yeah, it went from that to come home to get like this, and for it to be like turned to a simple extraction, and then go more intense, and then just today to be out and like, oh look, your your fuel line's leaking, like your basically your antifreeze line's leaking. was kind of a rough one. And we started it on a good. We're not gonna go to get anything, but needless to say, I woke up around 12 because we stayed up late watching. Well, but everybody was watching, and started it as a really good day. But stuff happens, man. So there you go. That's been my time since I got here, and back to work tomorrow. I usually get off Wednesdays, but for the next 2 weeks, I'm off on Thursdays, and I hate that. So we'll see how that works out. Only good thing with that is I'm filming like a video for with a couple of really cool people, which I will let you guys know about before it happens, and it's going to be on Alfred Hitchcock stuff. So you're going to see me talk some Hitchcock on another channel. I'm actually working on doing some stuff with Daniel from Cobweb, so that'll be probably ways down the road a little bit, but we'll get something done. And then I'm also talking with Brian Sauer from Just the Discs, and whether it's going to end up on his podcast or might be on his YouTube channel. Actually, there's stuff coming there as well in the near future. Uh, One thing I can say is we'll be I'll be doing videos here on the Criterion sale. I will be talking extensively on the upcoming Severin and Vinegar Syndrome sale. I'll be giving you guys recommendations on both of those. I will be going through I'll be doing my limited edition countdown like I always do with Vinegar Syndrome. So basically letting you know how many of which limited edition are still left. So we will do that. And we'll go through the whole thing. Basically letting you guys know exactly what's available, when it's, how many of these are available, to do kind of a countdown and get you guys prepared for that. Again, comments and just this are your favorite episodes. Thank you, Ryan. Actually, I appreciate that. I love being on both those shows. They have two very talented people. I would definitely check your criteria suggestions, as should everybody. Oh, there'll be other Black Friday sales as well, but these are the ones that are really gonna be killing them, man. They always are Warlock. It's always Vinegar Syndrome and Seven that always kill it. Welcome, Amy. Like I'm hoping to get something for the sales. I got like the stuff they got pre-ordered, but I'm nervous now because the car. But hopefully, fingers crossed. See, I've never ordered from Nova Media, so I don't know a lot about their company, and especially if they're in the U.S. right now, then it's rougher. Like obviously, Severin and Vinegar Syndrome are in the U.S., but I have to say I get stuff from them like fairly quickly. Like as you guys saw with the when I did the unbox the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, like that came like super quick. I got to I haven't listened to your episode yet. I got to listen to that. I'm a couple up behind on that. I'm glad you got the Fu Manchu box set, Jason. Hopefully, you really enjoy it. She's a car repair. I thought about that actually. When I was younger, I was actually working on that. I was going through like different like car books and those Chilton books, those really big thick ones. And I just got out of it, and never, I guess never kept it up. I don't think so. I mean, like Severin and Vinegar Syndrome, in a lot of cases, I've seen them kind of work together when it comes to stuff. Like you see, like certain like films on Severin that came. We have a Kia. We have an SUV. I have like when we had like when my kids were younger, especially, and driving them to different places. Uber is not available here actually. Kubrick. I live in Atlantic Canada in like Nova Scotia. When I'm in in areas like Ontario and stuff like that, I definitely use like Uber all the time. But here, not so much. And hopefully, eventually, I will be headed to visit you guys stateside now, so that's also uh, something that we're thinking about down the road. Well, too small, but not just for that Warlock. It's because like some of the cab companies kind of work to keep it out. There's no equivalent to Uber here. No, it's just taxis. The critters and fly sets. I got the critter set. It's amazing. The fly set I would kill to have. It is a great, great release. You Ryan, that's correct actually. Uh, that is the pit is again unfortunately one that we cannot get here in Canada. Like if we go on the Kino website to order it, it just shows up, American only. Definitely, man. If I get out, I'll love to get out in New York. And if I do, well, I'll definitely have lunch, man. I'd kill for a copy of that one, Ryan. To be honest with you, the Snyder cut. I don't think Snyder cut been on yet. I don't think it's coming on to next year. It's the HBO cut. If it has on, like I've seen it, because Arrival. Actually, it's been a long time since I've seen Arrival. If it's the one I'm thinking of, definitely that would be definitely cool, Kubrick. If I ever get in your area, guys, um, I'm pretty easy to get along with. So we would definitely be able to chat and have a tea, or if you got a local movie place to check out, like a video, like a haunt. Uh, who knows? Maybe one of these days, if I'm in your area, we can do like a little video together, maybe like a video hunting thing or something like that. Which I would definitely let you guys know. Much the same as if you guys were ever in my area, or like in like if you ever came through like say for instance, if you came to Morocco, uh, I could show you guys stuff there, especially in a little place called Essaouira. That's really really cool. And of course Casablanca because they have some great stuff there. Their mall is massive. Funhouse Toho is such a good film. Oh, the Cruel Joust. Now I haven't watched that one actually. Meet up with Vinegar Cinema Archives. That'd be cool. I would love to get the Vinegar Cinema Archives. Obviously, that's one of my plays. That's one of my things, right? Still, like to this day, I'm like, I want a Vinegar Cinema T-shirt. I want a t-shirt. Vinegar Cinema. I want a Vinegar Cinema T-shirt. I want a Severin T-shirt. I want an Intervision T-shirt. One of these days, I'll get them actually. But since Vinegar Cinema is never going to send them to me, I'll probably have to buy them on my own. Because even though no matter how much you do, did I watch any of my new Vinegar Syndrome disc yet? Warlock, I watched Deadly Games. It is one of my favorites that I watched this year. It shook me. It is not at all what I thought it was going to be. I would 110% recommend Deadly Games to anybody that are even like slightly on the fence about it. It is not a Home Alone type movie like you think it's going to be. It's not a wacky comedy or anything like that. It is a tense little thriller, and it is extremely well done. There's a song in Mr. Vincent T-shirt. There we go. Start caring for that one. Uh, there's a song in it by Bonnie Tyler, a Christmas song that is haunting. Warlock, I think you're really gonna love it. It's not at all what I thought it was. Like I went in expecting this to be kind of like funny, be a little bit more lighthearted, to be like maybe a kept like they said like this is where Home Alone came from, and I kind of get it with like some like he does certain like things trap wise and stuff like that, but it's not a wacky trap wise thing. No, the guy that comes into this guy's house, he is eerie. He is creepy. That's one of who sung Total Eclipse of the Heart. So yeah, and there's a music video of hers on there from the song that she did, and it's freaky, it's creepy. Oh, Ryan, you're gonna love it. Like, let me know for sure. I watched Who Done It tonight too. Actually, that's the other film that I watched. It was not as good as I remember it, but still really good and really fun. Like it's a cool little like slasher film. It's a neat little twist on. It's definitely and then and then there were none. So that is really cool. There's great interviews on there as well, by the way. A lot of great features uh, on there. And when you're watching Daily Games and you're watching the features afterwards, it's like it's really like you're like, oh my god, like this is a company, Vinegar Stranded, that started out making these little like titles, like these Z grade horrors and adult films that weren't getting any love or any good releases. And then you see something like Deadly Games, which has this incredibly amazing cinematography and a film that unfortunately too little people knew about. And and the music and just the way that's done. And you look at the features and you're seeing like short films from the director, uh, and it's like it's animated short French film, and it's very much a French film. Um, and it's just it just blows you away that it's like Kubrick. Let me put it to you this way: although it may not look it like on the outside, the work that was put into Deadly Games, the 4K release, and I'll say it's a Kubrick because I know Kubrick's a Criterion guy. It's Criterion level. It's definitely Criterion level, and it's a great little tense little thriller. So that's kind of what I'm expecting with I Start Counting, and I think that's what I'm going to get with I Start Counting, and like this kind of like tense little kind of like personal little thriller. But Deadly Games is a movie that I expected to be kind of over the top and kind of nuts and just kind of silly and Z grade, and it's not. It is by far uh, one of the sleepers of this that I've seen this year. And if you have not seen it, you are going to be. I think, in my opinion, I don't want to hype it too much, but I think it's something where you're going to really be surprised with the release that you get because it's just it's incredible. I haven't got Grave Robbers, unfortunately, not yet. Alphabet City, I really want actually. That's another release. Watch Fun City Editions. These guys are putting out great stuff. Guy is guy doing pretty much on his own, really. I Start Counting, great edition. Definitely want to order if you haven't ordered it, and to check it down the road. Because I Start Counting with Jenny Agutter, great cast all around with that film. Obviously, I think Jenny Agutter first, but great stuff on their interview with her as well. Uh, I don't think anybody's going to come out of watching like I Start Counting or Daily Editions. Hey there, Amir, welcome, man, and ever say like, oh man, I feel let down. I would be very surprised. I'm gonna challenge you to find to say that to find like to sit down and watch I Start Counting or Deadly Games and actually say, well, I didn't like that. Everybody likes what they like, but no, these are quality films, and I don't care if you like Vinegar Syndrome or you like other ones, or you think this may be silly or one of the cheesier things. It's not. It's not at all. It's not at all what you're thinking it's going to be. So there you go. That's like a little preview because I'm thinking about reviewing those films. I'm going to review all the Vinegar Syndrome films down the road. They will definitely put in more horror 4K releases. I'm excited about their like non-horror ones as well, like the Beastmaster with the which is going to have a feature-length documentary on it. It was apple pie with cherry pie. Yes, there is, Ellen, and that's a good one. If you have not seen my Sweet Taste of Souls review that I did with my better half, with my cousin, definitely check that out because Sweet Taste of Souls, spoiler alert, is worth checking out. We also did a review for Camp Twilight as well, with that Felissa Rose and Camille Keaton in a small role, how Vernon Wells, and another small role for Lenny Quigley. Right now, it's not a good idea. Kubrick. But I used to do like as you know, I used to do like the chip tasting videos and stuff like that. There'd always be like there would be a time when I'd be like I can't do those because they're like smaller. Like I would get like less watches on stuff like that. And like for reviews, like I did a couple reviews, and my reviews always get less watches. You know, I get like 70, 80. Like they struggle to get 100, like viewers, and it baffles me because I really put my heart into my reviews, and I get people that come on. I'll get like 3 or 400 views on something like this, and then all of a sudden, like the same people don't watch the reviews, and at times, when I work my butt off, it breaks my heart. But it's gotten to a point where it's my channel, and I want to do the things that bring me joy. And aside from doing this right here, I really enjoy making reviews, and I do think I do a decent job. So hopefully, if you're watching this and you haven't checked out my reviews that I've done in the past, please do, because it's something that if you care for the channel and you come on for the live videos, um, I'm gonna speak straight to you. I put my heart into these reviews. I work really hard, and it's through watching the reviews and stuff like that that it enables like my channel at times to get like other releases from other companies and to actually be noticed. So like they don't always notice the fact when I do a live video, uh, unless they come on or something like that. But they do notice when I make a review for one of their releases. So every time that you like it or you watch it or you share it, it's something that does like it, and it doesn't take anything to do except because I make short reviews to watch. So there you go. That's my there's my there's my thoughts on that. My T-shirt. Oh, it's just a one I had back when Canada Day was going on. So it's basically Canada Day T-shirt. So I just grabbed one of those. One of the ones I got at Giant Tiger at the time, and it's just a really comfy T-shirt. So I decided to wear it today, and it's cold down here, so I got my what I call my Lex Luthor shirt. And if you've ever like the Lex Luthor wore a lot of purple. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that actually. It is like Damon. It's really it's hard sometimes. It gets frustrating, but I'm definitely not complaining. Thank you, Ryan. Like I enjoy it, and it's like if like 5 people see it or 50 people or 100 people see it. Do I I like the Snake Bit. I really do. I mean, it's a different film. Like it's Olivia de Havilland, and now I'm a bit biased because I'm a really huge Olivia de Havilland fan. But would anybody else here recommend the Snake Bit? Because I would, and I think it's a really good release. From like Indicator put out some amazing stuff, and the Snake Pit is definitely one of those that I would say yes. It's a really cool release. It's something worth checking out. A lot of their singles are there, and I went through them really quickly because there were 4 pages of them. But those were they had some incredible stuff. If you don't have the Marlene Dietrich set, yes, 100%. There's a set to grab. Norman J. Warren set, grab it. Grab two. Send me one. But no, but seriously, like their the William Castle sets that they put out, their Hammer sets. The fact that you get stuff like the Samuel Fuller set, and yet again, not to belabor a point, but that's what the set looks like from Indicator, and it's incredible feature wise. Give you an idea. High definition remasters of all 7 films. Original mono audios from here. Russia from the typewriter, the rise, the rifle, and the movie camera. Previously unseen outtakes from Adam Simon's classic documentary on Fuller. Samuel Fuller masterclass with Vim Vendors. Archival audio recording of the 2 filmmakers in conversation. Samuel Fuller in conversation with Henry Chapier. Samuel Fuller's Storyteller, a documentary with contributions from Martin Scorsese and Vim Vendors, as well as Fuller's wife, Krista, and daughter Samantha. Samuel Fuller's Search for Truth with Tim Robbins. all-star party revealing the identities of the stars and their impersonators, and it happened in Hollywood's party scene. The culture of the Crimson Kimono, an analysis of the film by Curtis Hanson. Switch hitting between the three triangles, a new audio-visual essay on the Crimson Kimono by Christina Alvarez Lopez. Martin Scorsese on Underworld USA. The acclaimed director discusses the film. Barry Forsha on Underworld USA. Critical analysis of the film. Image galleries, audio commentaries, visual essays. Just incredible stuff. It's an amazing release. Every one of I can say this, and I'm definitely, I can definitely say this, and like, in a way, I feel really good about saying it. Every single box set that Indicator has put out, there has not been a box set that Indicator has put out that has not been of the highest quality. I would love to see a good release of Dr. Giga Warlock. I saw that movie in the theater back in the day, and I got the, like you and like most people, I got the Twisted Terror collection set. That so you get like the uncut version of Doctor Eagles and the uncut version of Deadly Friend. But there's not been like a really good release yet of Doctor Eagles that's been put out, and it's one that actually I'm surprised that Scream Factory or something like that hasn't grabbed yet. But it's definitely one that that'll get a release down the road. I'm pretty sure of it. It's a great time to be a movie collector. Anybody that looks at you and says, "Look at all these streaming services," and tells you like physical media is dying or like physical media is dead or like, oh, within 5 years they're not making physical media. Uh, I'm gonna say this right now, bullshit. Uh, it's evolving, and we're getting better releases than we got at the height of like DVD sales and stuff like that. At the height, like the stuff that we get now is so much higher quality than we then. Actually, the Twisted Terror set, I lucked out, man. I went to a video game store, and it was at a time when I think when the Wii U was coming out, right? So I had like the Wii U on pre-order, and they brought in a bunch of movies. They brought in like and some they brought in like some box sets. So they had the Twisted Terror collection there for like $5, and they had like a couple John Wayne sets there for $5 each. So I grabbed those, and there were some other ones as well that I kicked myself for not grabbing now. Oh yeah, me too. Like, I'm sure my better half would love that if I didn't spend like as much on physical media as I do, and like still like I really for some stuff I do. Like all of us, we can't afford it, but if you can, then fantastic, wonderful. Review of Doctor Giggles. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Would you like guys like to see some retro reviews as well? I do like a lot of reviews for for companies like Tricoast and for Mill Creek and stuff like that. And obviously, some of the Mill Creek releases are kind of like retro reviews when I got to talk about like the triple features and stuff like that. But if you would like me to, like sometime, what I can do is I can do like some retro reviews. I gotta watch like April Fool's Day with my cousin, and I wouldn't mind doing a review on that. So you may see a review on that one down the road too. So there you go. There's a lot coming out. Anyway, whole Twisted Tear stream review. There's an idea. I actually like that Warlock. That could work well. All right. At this point, guys, I'll be honest with you. At 83 minutes, I'm in a little bit of pain, more than I realized. But I've been trying to go as long as I can. But again, thank you so much for coming in tonight. Uh, uh, Flip, you came in, saved my butt with the super chat. Thank you so much for that, especially right now. I'm nervous about getting the car checked out on Thursday. So, thank you. Thank you all for checking this out. For anybody that's checked out the reviews that I did for my Crimson Cult Patreon people, Dietrich von Sternberg, an indicator or Criterion indicator. I say get an indicator. It's a much better looking box set, and the features are really really good. I haven't checked out the Criterion one totally. I gotta check it out, but I would go for the indicator one. Hey, John Live. Yeah, it's nice to have you back. Let's go Live. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You have no idea what that means right now. Terry and Dan, Kubrick, everybody, have a wonderful night. You guys rock. And I will see you soon, right here in the movie library. And we'll do some retro reviews too. So keep an eye out for those.